This is fifth period brought to you with Senior Chief Beck, and you're watching Rider News!
Thank you for that shout out from ROTC. We are now officially in the second trimester of the school year. Time really does fly. Make sure to keep up all your hard work. It's October 23rd and I'm Kenny.
And I'm Caden. Winter's on its way and fall sports are coming to an end with only a few games left of the season. Here at Port Angeles, we have lots of sports options and we highly encourage everyone to try something new. For our first segment this week, we are going to take another look at climate change.
As you know, this year we've been focusing on climate change and how us as a school and a community can help contribute to this cause.
Let's see what Mr. Clark has to say about this week's climate change.
Recording action.
Greetings, Rough Riders. I'm excited to announce that we have a guest speaker coming to Port Angeles High School on November 7th to speak as part of our year-long theme, Educating for Climate Change. Dar Jamail is an internationally acclaimed journalist who has traveled all over the world witnessing and reporting on the impacts of climate change, and is the author of an important book on the subject entitled The End of Ice, Bearing Witness and Finding Meaning in the Path of Climate Disruption. In the book, Jamail writes of his travels to remote parts of the globe with climate scientists and local experts to see firsthand the effects of climate change, from dying tropical reefs to melting alpine glaciers, as well as the impacts on local and indigenous people. Last year, a group of students and teachers from our school attended a presentation by Dar Jamail in Seattle and found him to be a compelling speaker, so I encourage each of you to prepare to be informed and enlightened by his talk on November 7th. We will be hosting Dar Jamail's presentation in the auditorium and we'll have a special extended advisory schedule that day. Seating will be assigned by advisory, and I'm asking that we show our guest our appreciation by being an attentive and respectful audience. There will be a chance for Jamail to answer questions, so advisory teachers, please solicit questions from students in your advisory and forward them to me ahead of time so we can print them on cards. We will be hosting Dar Jamail's presentation in the auditorium and we'll have a special extended advisory schedule that day. Seating will be assigned by advisory, and I'm asking that we show our guest our appreciation by being an attentive and respectful audience. There will be a chance for Jamail to answer questions, so advisory teachers, please solicit questions from students in your advisory and forward them to me ahead of time so we can print them on cards for Jamail to answer during his program. Our plan is to host a series of speakers on the topic of climate change this year with the goal of helping us all become more aware and informed and to increase our understanding of our relationship to our environment. We'll see you on November 7th.
Thank you to Mr. Clark for informing us about the guest speaker in the auditorium November 7th. Maybe you've noticed a few new faces in the halls this past week.
That would be the group of Tanabu students visiting all the way from Japan. Let's take a look at what they've been up to this last week.
Memory this weekend. What was the most fun?
Yes.
Yeah. What did you have the most fun? Like Canada or the dance?
American football game.
The football game. The football game? They like the football game.
Well, I think the fact that it was the last year this year, I wanted everything to go very smoothly, and we had no problems. We had everybody on time. Everybody was getting along. Everybody had great host families, and we had no problems. So for the last year, it was a really good way to go out.
How do you feel about this year being the last year?
Well, I am shocked that it's been happening as long as it has. I think it's been really good for Port Angeles kids because we don't have a lot of diversity on the peninsula, a lot of different languages that are here. So for us to hear Japanese is a cool thing for a weekend. And you know, I'm just glad we've had it as long as we have.
Thank you, Tanabu students, for visiting our campus, and we hope you enjoyed your stay. Homecoming is officially over, so let's take a deeper look into some of last week's homecoming events.
If you didn't already know, the results for our homecoming class competitions was seniors taking first, juniors in second, sophomores following close behind in third, and freshmen taking fourth. Let's look at the footage from some of those events.
What do I look forward to for homecoming? It's probably the homecoming week when we do things like ultimate frisbee and stuff like that.
You know, I like the chariot race. I like the frisbee game. But my favorite part, Lance, my favorite part is the class of 2020 winning homecoming! Yeah!
My favorite thing on homecoming week was probably the tacky tourist day because I'm from Hawaii, so it's like, oh, I get to be the tourist that was over there.
The Buff Puff game was really entertaining, and I think it was a really close call. At points I didn't know who's gonna win, even though the seniors, thought they were gonna win. I didn't know at times, but it was really good.
Probably the homecoming dance, because that was a fun dance. I really look forward to that.
Homecoming was really fun. It was a really cool experience. I ended up getting Duchess for homecoming royalty, and although it was really cold up there on the stage, it was cool.
Let's have a blast from the past and test some of our Rough Riders history knowledge by asking some tough questions.
Take it away, Kenny.
Alright. What year did World War II end?
1945.
What year did World War II end?
1945.
Alright, what year did World War II end?
It ended in 1945.
What year did World War II end?
1945.
The Statue of Liberty was a gift from which country?
France.
The Statue of Liberty was a gift from which country?
France. France.
The Statue of Liberty was a gift from which country?
Germany?
The Statue of Liberty was a gift from which country?
France.
The Statue of Liberty was a gift from which country?
France.
What was the first colony in North America?
Jamestown.
What was the first colony in North America?
The United States of America.
What was the first colony in North America?
Oh gosh. I have no clue. I literally have no clue.
What was the first colony in North America?
That is a
a complicated question. People started coming over about maybe 10 or 15,000 years ago over Beringia, the land bridge from East Asia over to here. But if you're talking about white European settlers, I would say, I think there was one called Roanoke in Virginia, or...
What was the first colony in North America?
Massachusetts?
In the Carolinas.